Alrighty, coffee and politics. Sydney Walker. This is part 2. Told you I was going to give you parts here because it's too much to put in one video. So 30 pieces of silver at City Hall. So I want to address the Jim Schultz post about all the white people in favor of City Hall and all the black folks team tear it down. And clear divide there. And why were all the black people supporting tear it down? So let's talk about this current movement that we have seen across the nation, starting with the federal government and DEI-ing. Eliminating DEI from all levels of government. So the city of Dallas can't get federal dollars for housing or anything else as long as they have DEI in place. What does this have to do with City Hall? 30 pieces of silver, ultra premium entertainment districts is what this DEI or DEI-ing the city of Dallas. Okay? Follow me here. I met Zarin Gracie as part of the MWBE program with the city of Dallas. That's how we became acquainted. Started talking about things, kind of understanding the process, all of those things. So now we don't have MWBE with the city of Dallas. But a lot of times during this whole effort with trying to get minority businesses to be prime contractors, a lot of times they didn't qualify because they did not have the financial backing, they didn't have the time, experience, the resources to become the prime contractor. So Zarin would help walk minorities through the process so they can get contracts with the city of Dallas. But there's a lot of backdoor deals that happen even on that. So you don't have to have any experience. You didn't have to have any experience, because I know people that got phone calls saying, hey, we want to give you this contract. And they didn't even have an LLC for the contract that was being offered. That's beside the point. So now we have no DEI. So the set aside was only 30%. That's usually what it is across the board, be it municipal, county, state, fed. Okay, so 70% goes to the dominant culture, white males, businesses getting the bulk of the contracts. And so there's been all this backlash with DEI being woke, all of those things. So when Trump came into office, he got rid of it. We de-woken the United States. So for the city of Dallas to be in compliance, they got rid of DEI. What does that have to do with black folks in South Dallas? Well, the regional black contractors spoke yesterday, city council, Concord Church, Mike Sorrell, and a host of other notable black figures, people that I know in the city of Dallas spoke. There was even a lobbyist for the hotels. She spoke for tearing down City Hall. My buddy Bruce Wayne, who I have had on the show, Anton Lucky, was on, spoke in front of council to tear down City Hall. If there's no DEI, there is no mechanism to help get your business to be part of that 30% set aside. So now there's not a 30% set aside because there's no DEI, no MWBE. Those certifications don't mean anything now. So most of the time, in order for Black, Latino, disabled contractors, women contractors would be subcontractors to the prime, so they can get the funding, get the experience, so they can work their way up the ladder to become a prime contract holder. And then, women minority business certification. So a lot of white males started having their wives be company owners to even dominate the 30% set aside. And this is not conjecture. This is well documented, proven fact. You can talk to, you can Google search this. Okay. So if you are a Black contractor in the construction business, anything related to hotels, food, entertainment, restaurants, you make your money off of something that will be spurred by this whole sale. You want to tear it down. You want to tear City Hall down. It means absolutely nothing to you. You don't care about landmark recognition. You want your money. You want to keep putting food on the table. Doesn't matter that the taxpayers will have to pay, 30, 60, 50, $100 million, and it will take 2 to 3 years to demolish City Hall because of all the concrete and the rebar there. That is 2 to 3 years guaranteed money if you're a subcontractor to any prime contract holder that would be participating in the RFP process in order to gain those contracts. Taxpayers, are you starting to connect the dots? Are you starting to see how you're being fleeced? Are you seeing how your property value is being inflated so more money can get into the tax base to pay for these types of boondoggles? We call them boondoggles. But all this is just a power play on your money to take it from you and to put it in somebody else's pocket. So, Black folks, everyone who spoke, they want to tear it down. They stand to benefit financially from it. So, of course, they don't want to say City Hall. None of them have contracts to help do the IT infrastructure work that City Hall will need to have better internet connection there. I'm not quite sure the majority of them that have electrical, be able to get electrical contracts to do that work. I know one, he has a house up the street from me, does work with the city of Dallas. Black contractor, electrician. So that bucket of work will be so much smaller than demolishing City Hall and building a new arena, building new high-rise luxury apartments when the library is torn down. 214, commemorating the 214 area code. I mean, there's lots of construction going on all across the city of Dallas. You see construction cranes all over the place. But this is about moving money out of your pocket and into somebody else's pocket. So, of course, we want the ultra premium, high-end entertainment districts that very well six-figure people making money can afford. $250,000, $500,000 per year households. Yeah. We want you to be part of those 24 hours, 7 days a week, entertainment, live, work, and play going on. That's why Fair Park is not part of this. Nobody wants to buy Fair Park and do all of that, even though it's 277 acres and it would be such a bigger bang for the buck to put an entertainment district there. But people would literally implode and lose their minds about tearing down all of Frank Lloyd Wright buildings there. But City Hall, it's ugly. It's not useful. It was ahead of its time because every office building that I have ever worked in is open concept, and every floor on that place is open concept, cubicles and whatnot for the staff there. So don't tell me it is not functional for today's time when it is, because you can even not assign employees desks and do the whole hotel reservation desking that corporations are going towards to have to support the hybrid work environments that people have, where they have to go to the office X amount of days a week and then they're able to work at home X amount of days per week. So subcontractors predominantly being black. I didn't see any Latinos showing up and speaking out. It was just the black folks showing up and standing up for the teardown of City Hall, because they want to make the money off of what the teardown will bring. This is also another reason why the bridge was in play and looking at getting relocated to District 3, but it's in play to be moved to District 8. That's still not off the table. It's still part of that ultra premium entertainment district, aka the convention center master plan. And here's another question: what's going to happen to the cemetery? I'm gonna have another video on that. So the Mavericks, here's where some conflict of interest starts to come in. You know, in another video I said that Kim Tolbert was offered a job by the Mavericks and it was overheard. Well, her son just posted on X that he is the future Dallas Mavericks PR executive. We might want to remove that off of X, but it's already been screenshot and it's being passed around on social media. So Laura Miller wrote an op-ed where we have seen this before when city manager John Ware did a backdoor deal for the AAC. And the AAC was supposed to be this grand entertainment district, live, work, and play. And it was supposed to spur all of this economic development that would help to resurge West End. And the West End is nothing like it was in the 90s when TGI Fridays and Spaghetti Warehouse, all of that was going on. And it was like Gators and the Palm was there. All of these, you know, fantastic restaurants. And you had the West End Mall and the Fudge place where they would dance and perform and draw a crowd. Because I'm dating myself, yes. And the arcade down below and the multiple levels of shopping. That has never come back. The AAC has been around since 1998, 1999. And the West End died during that time. So let's talk about, once again, conflicts. This is disheartening news for me to give out, because a lot of these people I've known, I've respected, I've called them friend. Laura Cadena has been asking the right questions and going towards asking for more information before she can make a decision. But Adam Madrano, her park board appointee, is on the Dallas Mavericks Advisory Council. His term is 2024 to 2026. And this group provides guidance to the Mavericks organization on community and philanthropy, DEI, revenue and branding, public affairs, strategy, and trends. I will tell you someone else who's on the Mavericks Advisory Council. Pastor Brian Carter of Concord Church, who spoke for tearing down City Hall. Pastor Zarin Gracie is, or Minister Zarin Gracie is also at Concord Church. Kelvin Walker of the Dallas Citizens Council is on there as well. So, Kadena more than likely will be voting to tear it down. As long as the Save Dallas City Hall team does not get 2 more people to side with them to have the majority of the votes, she probably could get away and continue with staying to vote for more information, more due diligence, compare the numbers, yada, yada, yada. And if you listen to the meeting last night, and if you stayed up any length of time, and those amendments, and who said no, and the energy in their voice when they said no, you know where they stand. This is kabuki theater. Yesterday was kabuki theater. Monday was kabuki theater. It is all for show. City Hall is coming down. Because, as I said during a Point South meeting, we recycle the same people in these commissions and boards, and we never get new blood and people on board. Because I've never been invited to sit on anything, because they know I'm just not that kind of a team player. November 2027 is the municipal election, and the mayor will be included in that. I've already told you people who want to run for mayor. We have 3 new city council members. So they'll be coming up for re-election. And then we have 3 others that still have 2 more terms. And then the rest have termed out. Monday at the Economic Development Committee, I got emotional, choked up, because the taxpayers will be on the hook for this. The taxpayers will be paying for a bond, whatever, money to tear down City Hall. Somewhere that $60 million has to come from there, because it will be a bargaining chip for whoever wants to buy the land. They do not want the building, they want the land. And whatever the city of Dallas will sell it for, it will not balance out how much money the city of Dallas taxpayers, residential taxpayers, will be paying for rent to get fewer services from your city government. Homeless commission and services, gone. They'll just move the bridge way away from the city core. Stupa should be fine. But all the other, homeless services around there, they'll be gone. They'll be gone. Because ultra premium entertainment districts do not want that around them. It's a bad look. Cemetery probably will be gone, since it's in the middle of everything. Taxpayers, you will be on the hook for rent and the city paying taxes, property taxes, because they're renters. When we have a city asset and that just needed maintenance on it. But it was deferred and deferred and deferred and deferred because we knew that we were going to put on the ballot a city owned hotel from a multinational, multi-million dollar company to help manage it, to be part of the convention center. And we are competing with Houston, San Antonio, and Austin, Fort Worth. And that's just in the state of Texas, but nationally, we're competing with every major city that is redoing convention centers or is known for being a convention center city. It used to be New Orleans, we got Vegas, LA, all these cities where conventions are held. We're going to be competing for a small number of dollars. So this hot tax that's supposed to be paying back this $2 to $3 billion for the Kay Bailey Hutchins renovation and upgrade and all that great stuff to be part of this high-end premium entertainment district for the Henrys to live, work, and play in. Yeah. Not going to be much money coming in from that hot tax because the dollars are going to be stretched across this country. And lo and behold, these billionaires that are pushing the buttons and the millionaires that are pushing the buttons to make this happen, better pray. They're not going to pray. They're going to manipulate the market so we don't have a depression and everything collapse. Unless they all just want to go and then scoop up property for pennies on the dollar and then start their money trail again to then become a trillionaire. So again, like I said, people that I know, love, and respect, they're caught up in this. And I hope you're starting to see the 30 pieces of silver and the continued betrayal of the city of Dallas taxpayers. Part 3 is going to come. I'm not sure if I'm going to do part 3 today, but part 3 is going to come. So just hold your horses. More is coming.